Thank you all for coming. Just a reminder, we got the fireworks going on, so if everyone can talk just a little louder. From your left to right, we have center Alex Nielsen, safety Nate Hawley, quarterback Colin Reardon, and Coach Haynes here will give an opening statement.
Tough loss. I'm sure when we watch the film, a lot of things we can, improve on. But I love the fight of these guys. They fought like crazy, kept on coming back, and just came up short. But we will get better. We will fight together. We will stick together and get back in it and get started for South Alabama.
Alex, can you talk about the move of the offensive line and of the team through the last 2 days since the funeral for Jason, and how you responded this evening?
Well, ever since the funeral, the offensive line, and not just them, but the entire team, they've really gotten together, and we've come together through this tragedy. We're really pushing to honor his memory, and tonight we had him in the back of our heads. He was added motivation on top of already going into our first game, wanting to get the win, and we're all just together in this.
For all of you guys, how tough is it to have so many chances and just not be able to pull it out?
For the most part, I don't know how we had 3 turnovers. The defense got us, and four. The offense is. We were trying. It's tough defense, and just kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. We have so much potential to do great things. It's just we got to clean it up a little bit, and I'll take blame for that. But we're so close to being so good, and just came up a little short tonight, and it's a little bit frustrating.
Personally, it stings a little bit. We work so hard and we put in so much time and effort. So to come up short, especially by 3 or any loss for that matter, it hurts. But it's not the offense's fault. It's not the defense's fault. We're a team. If the defense wouldn't have let 14 up on the board or 17 at the end, we would have won the game. We held them to 0. We would have won. So we fell short as well.
Just like they were saying, you can always look back and say coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it really doesn't help any. We just have to keep moving forward and look towards the next week.
Coach, you get 4 turnovers. You think, we really got something going. Again, is there anything you can just not having enough practice for us, just not getting enough time to really be in sync like you want to be early on?
I think you got to give them credit. They're on scholarship too, and they play, tough, hard-nosed football. So I'm sure when we watch the film, there's a lot of things that we could do better. But I don't want to take away credit from them, also too. But I'm not going to second guess us on what we did and how we did it.
All the double number penalty ends up being huge.
Yeah.
Can you just kind of talk about?
Yeah, those are the things. Again, anytime you go up against a good, football team, we talk about it all the time. You can't beat yourself, and the penalties kill you. Really the one is my fault though. With the 2 numbers on the field, that's my fault. That I got to make sure that that doesn't happen again. That's organization wise, and that can't happen because that ended up being a stop, and then they scored. So. We just got to go back and keep working and sticking together, and that's the thing that we will get better at, is the discipline part of that.
Normally let's face it, no excuse for something like that. But the stuff you guys have been through, everything's kind of so strange. Is that these things kind of happen when those situations come in?
I have no excuses. There's no excuses.
Even with your loss on the offensive line, I would think you would have thought you did a little bit more push, more than what you did. Can you talk about that?
And again, I give them credit too. That's where they were strong at, is up front, and their guys played well.
Can you talk about Cunningham?
John did a good job, you know, from the kind of the sideline view. Played hard. He plays with a lot of passion. So, you know, we knew going into the season we were going to need one of those guys to come in and help us with us signing 3 of them. And he's emerged as the guy that's giving us something. So it's always a plus when those freshmen can come in and help you. But,
Kyle,
you know.
can you talk about the tying touchdown to the pass to Chris? Was it a play that was drawn up, or did you improvise with that roll to the right?
It was supposed to be a actual sprint out, and they were bringing a blitz, so I just checked to like our protection, just sit in the pocket and throw a 3-step that we were killing them all game with, and they jumped both the receivers, both the inside receivers, so I just had to try to get out of the pocket to give some time, and Chris did a great job pretending to come back to the ball and going in the end zone, and just threw it up to him and let him go catch it.
Sort of going like poetic justice, because you had like 3 or 4 of those long plays and it just missed by a yard or just overthrown by a yard, but it reached at that time with getting Chris with the touchdown.
Yeah, it was hard. Timing was a little off today for me. Just one of those days. It wasn't at my best, and I can't let that happen. But you know, you just got to keep fighting, and one's finally going to work, and it finally did for us. You just got to keep doing what you know how to do, because you know everybody's going to make a bad throw, everybody's going to miss a block, everybody's going to drop a ball. It's just how it goes. So, luckily at that time it came through for us, and Chris got one.
Nate, talk a little bit about the defense in general, what you were able to do as a group, and what do you see going kind of going forward?
You know, the defense, our challenge to ourselves right now is what's our identity? You know, what are we as a defense? And, you know, without watching the film and what I personally feel like, you know, I think we're going to be a great defense. I think we have a hard-nosed defense, a lot of guys that play with a lot of passion and a lot of effort. I think we had a couple assignment errors, and, you know, we can't have MAs. We can't let up big plays, and we let a couple hurt us, and ultimately they did. For the most part, you know, I'm proud of our defense. I'm happy with our defense, and I think, you know, the sky's the limit with us.
Alex, was there, I mean, coming into the game, I don't know if you really ever know what to really think about something like this. You're Jason. I mean, once the game starts, what was it like out there?
It's before the game, I mean, it was always in the back of our heads. Just every once in a while, we would be brought up, and it's just it brought a lot of energy into the situation. And once the game started, we just it was just almost like a natural game, I guess. And we always knew in the back of our heads, hey, we had something else to fight for other than ourselves and our team. But overall, it was just an added motivation, really.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you.